So in NAR, they teach that we issue like these prayer commands that the angels carry out and they create reality. So there's a lot of new revelations of that nature.
I want to talk just for a moment about new revelation, because I didn't think we could add to or take away from the Bible. But is it true that these apostles and prophets, and I got to put that in air quotes, right? They believe that they are giving new revelation and that they are getting new revelation from God or from Jesus?
Yes, they claim to be receiving new revelation from God, different types of revelation. So sometimes that revelation is for individuals. It's like guidance and direction for their lives or for churches. But in many cases, this revelation is doctrinal in nature. They claim to be receiving as particularly strategies for the global church to take dominion of the earth. And so, for example, the Seven Mountain Mandate is one revelation that many prophets in this movement claim to have received from God about a strategy for the churches to take dominion of the societal institutions, and through that, to take dominion of the earth, to cast out the high-ranking demons they teach are ruling over these societal institutions, and then take them over. And so it's a way to take dominion, but it's under the leadership of these apostles and prophets who are claiming to receive this revelation. They also claim to receive revelation about things, for example, that it's always God's will to heal sickness and disease. There are no exceptions. Revelation that declaration prayer is the most powerful form of prayer, which declaration prayer isn't actually prayer at all. In NAR, they think the most powerful way to pray is by speaking words that they believe create reality, much the way God spoke in Genesis and created. And so you can speak healing or prosperity or things like that through making these verbal affirmations. But that's very different. The Bible teaches that prayer is asking God, petitioning God, humbly making requests of God. And then God decides if it's his will to answer that prayer request or not. So in NAR, they teach that we issue like these prayer commands that the angels carry out and they create reality. So there's a lot of new revelations of that nature.
Speaking words that create reality. So what would be one of the differences between the prosperity gospel, which some used to call it name it and claim it, speak it into existence? I mean, a lot of people believe that. They just say visualize and speak it, and God will bless you and give you favor and answer whatever your request is. What's the difference, Holly, between something like the prosperity gospel and NAR when it comes to this speaking it into existence or creating something?
Well, it's a lot of similarity. The reason is the apostles and prophets claim that the prosperity gospel teachings and the word of faith teachings are actually lost truths that the apostles and prophets have restored to the church in recent decades. And so they believe prosperity gospel teachings are a key to bringing God's kingdom to earth. So they are essentially the same teachings.
Okay, what about the dominion theology? Is that different? Is that the same as NAR?
Right, it is. No, they teach dominionism, and the variety of dominionism they teach is kingdom now. And so there's more a Reconstructionist version, which is non-charismatic version of dominionism. And NAR, the kingdom now dominionism requires that people submit to the apostles and prophets and seek to work these miracles and signs and wonders and things like that to bring the dominion or God's kingdom to earth.